Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make a Slate turkey call. This is one that I made about a year ago. Um, the design is okay, but the functionality isn't that great. Um, this is just a store-bought Primo's brand turkey call, but I want to show you the difference. Compare that with, as you can probably see, the one I made is a lot deeper. Um, I tried to use it for hunting, but it just didn't really work, and I think it's because it was so deep. I have a couple ideas of why I think it was deep. Um, and first off, if you just look at the size of them, mine is much bigger, bigger diameter. It also is thicker this way. Um, and then on top of that, the slate I used, I kind of made it homemade, and it's actually thicker than the store-bought slate also. So all these things I think led to a deeper tone, and I'm going to try to make another one that is a little higher pitched and hopefully it'll work better. So I'm going to get to it and show you guys how to do it. So here's where I started with. This is just an old it's a piece of cherry. You probably could figure out a better way to cut it, but this is just what I had, so this is what I'm going to use. I cut this off. I think I might use this for the striker later. If I cut it here and use this section here, I can use that for the striker. Then I cut little sections off here, here, and here. I have marked a center spot on both sides, and I traced out, this is a trace line of the same size, same diameter as this store-bought one. I think it might help get a better pitch out of it. So I have it ready to go on the lathe. I already started this a bit ago, but basically, let me just turn her on. This is a variable speed lathe. You can see we're at about 380 RPM here, and basically I just want to start hogging this out, try to get it into a circle. So we can look at it real quick. It's starting to round out a little bit. Anyway, I'll keep going. All right, so we got a little bit more, but we're pretty much rounded out now. And I'm going to move my rest back over to the front and flatten this out, make sure it's nice and square. We flip this around, it's the same thread, so throw that on there. Tighten that up pretty good. I'll tighten it even better here. Okay. So now we'll pull these screws here, pull this faceplate off, and we can start in, clean this outside diameter back up and start hogging material out of this side, creating our chamber. So I figured I'd better get the design on the outside, whatever I wanted it to be, before I started hogging out material. So this is kind of what I came up with. This would be the bottom of it. I got two little beads in there and then some angles. Looks kind of, I think it looks pretty cool. But now it looks like I may even be able to, if I part this here the right way, I may be able to save this for another one. Alright, so I got it, the chamber cut out there. I put in my shelf. You can kind of see it. I could probably take out a little bit more material, right here. This diameter could maybe get a little bit bigger. Make that shelf a little smaller. That might make this a little thinner, and I think it gets your pitch a little higher. So Getting close though. All right, so I'm gonna try to show you how I pick my slate. Now we have a bunch of slate here because we have a business here that cuts stuff out of slate. So I have a lot to choose from, but basically you want hard slate. There's a couple different kinds of slate you want, or you can get. You want hard slate. This is an example of hard slate. Now this is a piece that I picked out, and the reason I picked it out is because of the thickness. So over here you can see how thick it is over here, and as we move to the right here you can see it gets thinner and thinner, and I'm gonna use a piece out of over here. Alright, so I have my piece of slate here, and this is just what we kind of do here. I found this cup fit pretty good inside my caul, and so I went ahead and traced that, circle around that. I took a piece of paper, cut it out, and then we put some tape on there. Alright, we're all set up with the saw. So this is the saw. There's water inside here, and you have a diamond blade. It's a ring saw. So anyway, we turn it on like that, and we just cut like this, and you move the piece as it cuts, and we're just gonna cut around a circle, and that's about it. Okay, so we got it all cut out, and once you get it all cut out, this piece just comes right off because there's no tape holding it on. It's just on the paper, and this is basically, you know, our piece here. So alright, so basically this is what I did on the belt sander. This is what I do. I just stick it on there and I hold it like this. Probably ain't the safest thing to do, but this is what we have, and this is how I did it last time. So I just turn on the belt sander and kind of go like this, and you can see a little bit. I just started it just for about 5 seconds, and that's how you can see it's starting to take it off already. So I just got done doing this side for about, I don't know, it was only about less than a minute, and I took all the high spots out of it, and it's all nice and smooth, as you can see from the other side. This is the natural look. Alright, so I got done kind of sanding it. I got it pretty thin, and then after I got it thin, I also brought it over here to the this sander and polished it up like this. Made the edges smooth, and I also got it to the right diameter. I made it a little big on the saw. Now, what I have to do is just sand this up a little bit. The inside doesn't need sanded, and then cut this off. Alright, so I got it sanded down to 320 all on here, and then just this little lip right here. But I was thinking I might try to, in these grooves, I think I might take a wire and burn it, and I can show you how to do that. Give it some burn lines here, and here. It might look pretty cool. You take 2 scraps of wood like this, and I want these lines to be thin, so I put, this is 24 gauge wire. You can use copper. This is aluminum. Aluminum, I think, works a little better than copper. You actually don't want something that copper is very conductive. You don't really want it to be conductive. You don't want the dissipation of heat. You want it to stay hot, and that's what actually burns it. So I'm going to take this in both my hands, pull it tight, and then just set it in that groove, in one of them grooves, and it'll start to burn it. But I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So that's what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, you just leave it in, you press that wire in there, and you leave it in there till it pretty much starts smoking, and it leaves them pretty cool lines in it, and I think it adds a little decoration. Looks pretty good. So I actually took it over to the miter saw and cut it, which I don't know, it worked. I put the chuck on the surface of the miter saw, and this is flat. It was flat against the bottom surface and then flat against the fence, and I just held it there and buzzed down real nice and slow, and it did a pretty good job. Um, I'll touch that up. I'll take it over to the belt sander and probably just flatten that out, and that's it. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so I mounted it on backwards, and I sanded this down so it's real nice and smooth. Sanded it down to 320. I don't think I need to go any further than that. I'm gonna put some boiled linseed oil on it. You could probably use really anything, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm gonna use. Um, but I really like the look of it so far. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, so um, this is pretty close to the finished wood. As you can see, I took it and I actually have an etcher that I etched that gobbling turkey in there. I drilled holes in it, let the sound come out. I'm trying to figure out if I want to. Uh, they call it an echo chamber plate or something like that. I'm trying to figure out if I want to put that in there. Basically, you could just glue two pieces of wood, and all it is a very thin piece of wood that sits up a little bit, and it lets the sound vibration go a little bit more, and it's supposed to make it louder, possibly. I'm not sure, but I might not do it. I think I might leave it. Alright, so we're going to glue it. This is just a glue. It's just flexible glue. So I'm going to grab some with this toothpick. Now, this is just the side I picked as my scratcher side. I tested it out a few times and this side seemed to work better, so I'm going to put that right down in like that. Press down a few places and maybe spin it just a little bit. That feels pretty tight. Okay, so my turkey call is all done. This is the new homemade turkey call. Pretty happy with it. I'll show you the difference in sound between the three of them, and I think it actually turned out pretty good. So here's the old. Let's see how deep that is, and then compare this one. And so, as you can see, mine is pretty high pitched, and that's what I was going for the whole time. I like the design of it. It looks pretty cool, and I think it's gonna work. I might be able to kill a turkey with it. So hopefully you guys can make your own, and good luck out there.